battery is the heart of all electric vehicles. And I know, I've been working on modern electric vehicles for more than 25 years.
We know starting a car company is not for the faint of heart.
We're obviously going to fail. The fact that we're doing an electric car was just like stupidity squared.
Right.
In fact, Ford and Tesla remain the only American car companies in history to withstand the test of time and avoid bankruptcy.
But you didn't expect this kind of production, Heller, did you?
No, it's worse than I thought.
When it comes to the rarest of all American all-electrics, Greg Coles, owner of an EV conversion shop in Georgia, has an EV relic on his hands.
Like if you need a windshield, this is pretty much the last 5 left in the world.
In a previous video, we showed you how Greg and his team developed a Tesla-powered Ford F450 and Leaf-powered classic Mercedes-Benz 280 SC. During our visit to his shop at the time, Greg let us in on a treasure trove of one particular EV, one you've probably never heard of.
This is about as good as electric car got.
Big thanks to Climate Exchange for supporting this channel. They're a nonprofit providing research and education to accelerate our transition to a low-carbon economy. They're hooking up one of you guys with a fully optioned Model S, X, 3, or Y of your choice. They'll even cover the taxes and fees for you. And if you don't get first place, the top 4 places all include cash prizes as well. Only 4,000 tickets are being sold, so your chances are better than most. And it all goes towards a great cause.
This is the leaf before the leaf. This was it.
The Wigo was an Atlanta-based all-electric car maker, and they actually took a page out of Elon Musk and Tesla's playbook.
Right now we're facing an issue which is that it's sort of a crisis of confidence among our customers, where you can only tell them delay so many times, and then they start to think, man, is this company ever going to get me a car?
Back in 2008, when Tesla lacked the capital to design the original Roadster, they purchased a modified shell from Lotus. 2 years later, in 2010, the Wigo had the same idea, purchasing its shell from Chinese car maker Xuan Noble.
The doors, the windows, the locks, all of everything, gear shifts, knobs, window controllers, motor controllers, AC units, shifters. This is it. This is the old dying technology. This is 2010, 2011. This is when the old AC 51 and AC 31 motors were out, and this is pretty much the end of that era. We've got it, and this is kind of what is the precursor or the prelude to send us to the future. This was it right here.
The Wigo Life was first unveiled at the LA Auto Show in 2010 and began production out of its Ontario, California factory in 2011. Do any of these still drive?
This one does. I took the battery pack out. I got another one up top that drives. I think I'm going to throw 5 Tesla modules in these, which will get me the same range. So that's what I'm going to do. It might cost me about 5 times 1,500, 7,500 bucks, but
how safe were these? Like if you were to get in an accident?
They have airbags and seatbelts.
The first delivery of the brand new American EV company's Wigo Life came right here in Atlanta to a customer in 2011.
What are you going to do with all this?
Well, all we don't get calls for, you know, there were 300 Wigos that were made. And people still have accidents, and people still wreck, so you know we still have support and send out parts that need to be sent, you know, anything that breaks. But after this is pretty much it. The company's closed down. They're not going back in this direction anymore because it's old technology. It probably costs more to make it than it does that you'd make profit off of it. So this is pretty much it.
You use these?
I actually do.
I think I saw this on
the Mercedes.
On the Mercedes.
Yes, I do.
2012 marks Coda Automotive's official entry into the EV competition.
Now you don't have to go back far to tally up an impressive graveyard of US-based EV manufacturers who all aimed big and crashed hard. Faraday Future was one of the latest to fall. But in just the past decade, we had California-based Coda Automotive, who actually beat the Model S to the market by a few months in 2012, but only sold 117 Codas, folding in 2013. Then there was the revived Detroit Electric, who also took a page out of Tesla's book, called the SP01, also off the Lotus body.
Who says efficiency can't be fun?
There was the California-based Aptera with its spaceship design, Type 1. It offered 300 miles of range. They fell in 2011. There was Fisker Automotive, now revived under Karma, and even the likes of vacuum maker Dyson, who pulled the plug on their own EV program in 2019, before even building a single car. Founder James Dyson claimed, "We no longer can find a way to make it commercially viable."
We're down the last 2 seats, and this is the last bumper covers and the last fender flares and everything else. This is the old technology here. That's on to the new, right?
It is. It's weird how it's sort of like a sad feeling, like letting go, but at the same time it's exciting because of how much advancement has happened.
It is. Sometimes, there's a saying, you don't know where you're going until you know where you've been. And this is where we've been. This was like one of the earlier manufactured cars. This is when people didn't, for some reason, they didn't take electric cars serious. But thanks to believe it or not, thanks to Tesla, people are taking electric vehicles serious now.
This is the first whole car that we made. It had a lot of interesting features. For example, no door handles. You slipped your hand under here to open the door.
These were all companies whose founders dreamed big, but were hit hard with the harsh realities, whether it was timing, poor design, or simply bad execution. Either way, seeing these relics from the not-so-distant past really hits home what Elon Musk and his team have accomplished, in not only success and desirability of EVs, but also in moving just about everyone else in the industry in that same direction with them. There's a famous quote printed on the walls of Tesla's design studio in Hawthorne, California, that's been there since the beginning. And seeing it come to fruition in real life is a pretty incredible sight. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, it would help us out a ton if you would just hit that like button. It tells YouTube to share our videos with others who also love EVs and embrace the same things that we do in this space. Thanks again for watching, and be sure to check out our website, itskimjava.com.
I get to it first, I got you mad. I get sad when I get to it last. Get it that I'm never going back. Get it that I'm never going back. I get to it first, I got
Next time on It's Kim Java, we have exclusive, never-before-seen footage as we talk with a man on the other side of the world who actually beat Tesla to production with his incredibly accurate Cybertruck.
People asking, will we build Cybertruck for them? And that's not something what we'll do.
We have an exclusive, never-before-seen footage as we sit down with a man on the other side of the world who beat Tesla to production.
Your baby voice just came in.
We have an exclusive, never-before-seen footage as we sit down.
You just need to say this last part.
We have an exclusive, never-before-seen footage as we sit down with a man on the... Okay, let's just see it. Who actually beat Tesla to production with his incredibly accurate Cybertruck. I want to watch. Let's go watch. Yeah.
I get to it off the runway. Different incomes, not one way. Living life on a one way. I knew this would happen someday. You can ask my day one day. Cloudy days turn to sun rays.